up an Omniversal comp chasing with the source while scaling, and the Mortal Kombat meme lives again. Man, he gives no fucks, and after speed blitzing up my comp chasing one shots 10 out of 10. What's up, guys? It's Lumos Max with the next villain High Council on Saturday 9/4. Of course, I've got the classic pantheon of villains with me today, and I'm looking pretty forward to some of the topics we have to discuss this week. Of course, we have an old school classic with Q stopping by.
Yo, what's up, everyone? Hope to be back.
Hell yeah. After Q, we have Jobber.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
We got, of course, Don the One, the third, stopping by as well.
Appreciate you having me back on.
Of course. And we have Tuck for his second time guest feature over here today.
Yo, let's go. We back once a motherfucking again.
Let's go. Let's fucking go, boys. Alright, man. So, of course, as usual, we're trying to be consistent and cover Marvel's What If as time goes on. I'm assuming everybody in here has followed it and or has seen seen it, essentially. So, to give everyone a quick recap of everything that happens, this week around we essentially had Doctor Strange get stuck in a very weird time loop, essentially, where, what was her name? I don't even remember her name. Decided to go on a date with him, where he has his fatal car crash.
The flat character, the love interest that he had.
Yeah, I honestly don't remember her name, but obviously it's an important moment for him. But instead of his hands being crippled, he obviously seeks to do anything he can to make sure that she stays alive. And utilizing the time stone or any form of time magic or anything. And eventually he winds up creating an evil version of himself who gives up everything in order to attain that dream, but destroys the very reality they're in. And he grows so damn powerful, he winds up seeing like the Watcher at one point in time, which was rather interesting. But at the end of the day, his existence was doomed no matter what, and he had to essentially give everything up. It's very, very interesting. What'd you guys think?
So what I thought of it, honestly, it was a pretty good, like, what if, probably, like, the best written one, it's like, so far, because, what was it? Oh, man, actually, my favorite part about, like, that what if was the fight between, the Doctor Strange, like, both Doctor Stranges, essentially, like, one from, like, the past or something. They had, like, two, like, universes or timelines on top of each other or something. It was pretty weird, but I like the fight, though, and how everything, like, kind of concluded.
I like this one in the sense that it really shows like the repercussions that like wrong kind of moves can make within various timelines. Since I think this is kind of the first one, if I remember, that like in the very end shut down the entire timeline, right? It kind of like destroyed it.
Yeah.
Like it really gives an emphasis on, the Watcher's responsibility and, the importance of when to intervene and when to ignore in the grand scale of things. And I think the Watcher's a bitch still, but it does bring a good viewpoint on, I don't know, a new fresh look at the what if storylines.
Yeah, I think he serves as a very interesting character, as he can see all branches, I think, in the timelines, and so he's just like glancing in on this potential time stream that exists in this specific moment. So unlike Strange, who could exist at one point in time and travel through the time stream, he was looking at it from like a linear path, whereas like the Watcher is looking at it from the totality of time's path, not just their specific strain or their specific path that veered off.
Yeah. He was like, if I help you, it may fix this, but it will lead to endless like difficulties or breaks in other timelines.
I think it was interesting, like, it showed, like, a new, like, scaling that we have.
Yeah.
Like normal characters without the gauntlet can just be, like, universal.
Uh-huh.
It was crazy to see,
Doctor Strange with just enough determination.
Yeah, it was really crazy to see him, like, pop off really hard, given to see, like, a potentially evil version, like we did during Time Runs Out, where he had to kind of give in to the dark side in order to, like, do what he thought was the best thing at hand. Though Strange does normally do all that for a girl. Well, It's quite the opposite
So-
of what Strange normally does, as far as I'm normally aware.
Well, it was better than the first. You can definitely say that.
No, I agree. I think,
Okay.
honestly, in my opinion, this is probably the best one so far. I'm with Jobber in the fact that I like this one the most. Maybe it's because it had the wackiest scaling. Maybe it's just because it was like super dark. And a lot of the best what ifs in the comic book realm, in my opinion, are super dark. It just seemed to really fit the what if mold, and I'm hoping for more stories kind of like that.
I think it may be tied with number 3 for me. Since I still kind of did like the Hank Pym storyline.
I did like that one. I think that one's probably 2 for me. What was the second one that came out?
Thanos became a simp.
Oh
basically
yeah,
a bitch
that
boy.
one.
It
That
was
one
okay.
was like some pretty fantasy next gen shit, dude. That was pretty
It was a
wacky.
little interesting.
Yeah.
They're getting better. We'll say that. It's good.
Yeah. I'm hoping they continue in this direction. I know we have zombies coming out here real soon too. At some point in time, the Marvel Zombies episode. That'll be
Let's
like
go.
super dope.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited if they keep up at this level, because I'm hoping that they see that there's an interest in this kind of animation, and they just keep harping on it, man. So I'm super pumped about it. Anyone else got anything to pop off to say on that?
I think I've already said my piece with the newest What If episode. Relatively straight to the point.
That's a good one. Would you say it's a? I think Tuck said this, but that it was another. I feel like the MCU or that area has just for some reason just been like shitting out like buffs to like the MCU, and like yeah, would that make Strange like he solely took out his entire timeline. Is his alterations like multiversal level? He shattered his entire timeline alone. Like, what is that about?
Yeah, if there's any other branches that came off of his, then yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, they're just popping off with all that.
The way the time stream works in Marvel.
DC's got to step up their game.
Marvel's like really getting that higher scaling.
I think that you see like similar events like that in like Flashpoint in DC. So I wouldn't say that's like something that's like entirely new, by any means. But it is something refreshing to see in like something so complex and something so difficult to understand being processed and delivered in a forum that's meant for normies and it being successful. That's what I like seeing. I think that's something that's super interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the more like complicated work I enjoy.
I'm hoping
It's gonna be really
they
nice
keep
to
that up.
see like multiversal stuff, more of it. Honestly, this one was just kind of meh for me. I don't really have much to say about it. I didn't
What
think
was
the
your
story
favorite
was
talk?
like particularly amazing.
Talk, which one was your favorite?
My favorite? Probably. I like the mystery of the Avengers dying.
Yeah.
This next episode is not
Even
looking
if
good.
like Nick Fury was like weirdly out of character.
Yeah, that was weird. But yeah, good episode.
Alright, so outside of that, what's the most underrated story in a video game you've ever come across? Let's hit you guys with that one.
Alright. I already got mine. It's the early God of War games. The early God of War games are so underappreciated. People just think that like because of God of War 4 that now it's got a deep story, but the story's always been like really intriguing.
I mean, weren't the first one, like the early ones, like the most tragic and like respectable? Like that's when like you fucking
Yeah,
it first happened.
Kratos had like all of this character development of like learning how it feels to be the bad guy, and then like hating himself for it.
Yeah. Like,
Like
it's,
that's
yeah,
where all that character development came from.
it's the casuals.
Yeah. There's people who like shit on the old game's story, even though it's like really good.
How about you, Q? What you repping?
That's
Or are you still debating?
it's it's a good question, but it's pretty tough.
Gonna hit me with the mile, huh?
I mean, yeah, nowadays I would say so. Sadly, I mean, it's literally one of the best, just straight up, dude, they have a sick mythology and just cosmology and everything, but people just fucking sleep on it since people just think it's a bunch of neckbeards that's playing it. But like, I still want to scale that shit since it has so much lore and stories behind it. Um, but yeah, it's just like Lord of the Rings, like 2.0. It's on crack. I don't know. I like Gul'dan. He's pretty sick.
Yeah.
There's just so much to cover with WoW.
Didn't you produce a video on some WoW shit? Not to plug you super hard, but
Sorry, what?
didn't you produce a video on some dope WoW lore?
Yeah, I was gonna, I did, I stopped, unfortunately, at, the Black Empire, which I thought was the coolest part. It was when the old gods invaded Azeroth, and they literally almost nearly won, taking it over, before the, Titan Keepers came, which are like Celestials, and, fought for the freedom of Azeroth. But after that, unfortunately, vids didn't do too well, a little sad, Sag. But after that is Galcorond, which is a monstrous dragon. I was gonna do Galcorond versus Smog. I thought that was gonna be pretty sick.
Do it, dude. That'd be dope.
Galcorond soloed the 4 dragon aspects. So I might do that online, to be honest.
You heard it here
So yeah,
first,
maybe
boys.
look for that.
Mhm.
What about you, Jobber? Some anime shit?
What? No, 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 no. All right, but it's
He had that in mind, and now he's about to change.
Yeah.
whoa. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Anyway, okay. So for me, I'd say like Dead Space 1.
Ooh.
It has like the most underrated story in like a video game, in my opinion. Like the main like reason. Well, I mean, of course, like Isaac Clarke, he's just like gets on a ship full of like aliens that took over the whole ship, right? It seems pretty simple, but the main reason why he's there is just like I guess save his girlfriend or some shit. But the thing is, of course, his girlfriend turns out to be dead at the end. But the smallest detail that I think I recently found out is that literally every chapter in the game, right? They all have like certain names, but if you put the first letter of like each chapter name all together, it all comes to say that Nicole is dead with his Isaac Clarke's girlfriend,
Hmm.
which is a pretty big reveal in the game.
It's pretty
Damn.
sick.
Yeah, I know that the pillars or whatever the things are in those games, and the really wacky, like mind hacks that comes from them is pretty interesting
Markers?
stuff. Yeah, the markers. I know that's some pretty interesting stuff to kind of like dig around with lore wise.
Yeah. Hey, fuck you up, man.
Dead Space needs some more rep. I'm glad they're getting a remaster.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw the video for that actually, and it looked pretty sick too. So I'm actually kind of excited. I haven't like sat down and played it before, but I know my younger brother, good old Axel Theromax, used to all the time. So sure he listens
Wow.
somewhere out there. How about you, Spicy or Don? What you guys got for us? You guys play any games? Got some low-key lore that was slapping for us and some obscure game though.
Nope, I was going to say a little bit out of my wheelhouse this time, fellas.
I've been trying a little bit of
Not
Terraria.
a true gamer.
Oh, Don, come on! Weren't you weren't you just hyping me up on a massive mecha anime game crossover the other day?
Oh yeah, that's not like I mean, that's not like an underrated video game either.
Underrated story in a video game, bro. You just after the scans, fair.
I mean,
Man, I don't know. I think I've really been vibing to, like, in terms of like underrated stories in a video game. I think like Hollow Knight or like Axiom Verge, both those games have some really wacky stuff, and Metroidvanias oftentimes have some really interesting like lore mechanics or some really interesting stories as a result of it. But Axiom Verge is like a lot of philosophical shit kind of thrown at you. It's really interesting.
What about, you guys ever play Shadow of the Colossus?
No, but
Oh,
I watched the memes.
Bro, it's some emotional deep shit.
Yeah, it's pretty
Doesn't it
good.
become something?
But, like,
I don't want
it's
to
not
spoil
really-
it.
Everybody gasses up Shadow of the Colossus though.
It's one. I thought there used to be some just nice, some OG like PS2 shit. I guess since like the remaster, but the filthy casuals and the remasters. Rip.
Yeah, well, I mean, they got to be educated somehow.
Fair enough.
I mean, remastering games is so nice because like there's just people that like weren't around, like, that play video games now.
I don't know why more companies just like don't do it, or like remasters or remakes for games, like easy money, easy sales.
I mean, if it's the games that made them big, I don't think there's really a reason for them not to be honest. But it is what it is, man. Sometimes companies meme real hard. You got me.
Yeah.
How about you, Tuck? You got some fellow gaming news you want to pop off on?
Well, you know, League of Legends is releasing the new champion, and I already.
Oh, gross.
Yeah,
I already dislike the new champion.
I'll admit the character to it. It's pretty cringe. It's like the ult. What would be like the way you would describe that champion exactly? Like
Worse.
the cringy like preteen who's just like doesn't want to do anything and just like hates everyone. Like an
She says the
emo.
word normie. Like why?
Like an emo, like keyboard slinging. Like I don't even know, dude.
I'm
Just
looking up this
gloomy,
new.
lame, dude.
I'm
Yeah,
looking up this new hero right now.
yeah, it's quite. It's beyond imagination questionable. Holy
It's
shit!
like if Seraphine had depression. It's so bad.
It's like, what if Seraphine? Oh my god! You know, dude, it's like, what if they took Mandy and made it a league champion? That's the best way. That's like the best way to phrase it. I'm not even kidding. But she's like more emo. Yeah, but she's like more emo. Yeah, she's got like if you slammed her with Raven, that's what it's like, dude.
Yeah.
If Raven and Mandy just bashed.
Yeah, like, and that was the child. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Like the new champion, I also don't like its abilities. It can dash like 2 screens. It looks like its dash resets on like a takedown. I don't want another champion with that.
Yeah, don't come at me, but they released too many fucking champions in that game, so it's just getting repetitive at this point.
And I really don't
Mad level.
want an AoE fear in a game. I don't like fiddlesticks just ulting from nowhere and then AoE fearing an entire team.
Yeah, it's pretty ripped town, dude.
And
What do you
she
do?
also has that.
Lumos, how's it feel being a noob?
I'm curious to see how it'll work. I don't know how the mechanics of it will be a thing. I don't like its personality, but I want to see its kit in action. I want to see like the whole actual kit. So we'll see.
It's gonna be one of those champions that's like just it's gonna have to be like nerfed or it's gonna be like too powerful.
Dude, it's nerf or nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
Right.
Who knows where the meta will go with that new thing popping off? Either way,
Yeah, I think y'all are geeking out on LOL too much.
dude, hell yeah!
Gross.
You can hit us with your Dota wank whenever you want to drop it. So feel free.
You know what? League of
Totally
Legends
better.
has an underrated story, guys.
Check out my channel, guys. I'll make more Dota videos online superior to League of Lesbians. Keep it up.
So, League of Legends memes aside, boys. Rolling on. Yo, this Star Wars action. Apparently, the Mandalorian is getting its name changed to
Oh, lol.
Mandalore or something along those lines.
Wow.
Came across something like that.
Oh, I didn't
I
even
thought
see
something
that.
else.
It's getting changed to
Yeah, me neither.
Mandalore? That's actually interesting.
I thought it was something
Why?
worse. Did it get changed again? Mandalore's
Well,
kind of cool.
Yeah, no, and there's like a lot of people like super outraged about it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really sure why, because I think I would prefer the story being about Mandalore more than I would prefer it being about just like a Mandalorian. I would like the option for both, but like if I had to choose one, I think Mandalore would be better.
Oh,
Oh,
it's just
he has the black saber now. He's gonna be the new ruler
yeah,
of
Mandalore.
Or whether they just like do Game of Thrones in space and or I guess Game of Thrones just like in Mandalore and just like call that good, and like I'd be fine with that as a thing.
I mean, doesn't sound like it's too crazy of a reason to just like this is nothing controversial, like something political to change the name. So I mean, I'm fine with it. I guess. Chill.
More expansive Mandalorian content would be cool as fuck.
I mean, I think it's a little bit of a shame. They're obviously cutting out like a peak part of Star Wars history and, you know, just tradition with the Slave One. And I think I'm fine with the, you know, what it's being called now, but it's just like, what are the motives and like, what are the real reasons why it's being kind of because it wants to be woke? Kind of like, I don't know if that's the case. It's a little frustrating, but they could have come up with worse names, I suppose.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean it's kind of unfortunate. I think the point. I think as time goes on, much like a lot of characters who were villains, they transitioned into more heroic or anti-heroic kind of characters over time because of their popularity, and as a result people are trying to take away some of the more negative aspects of people's characters in those shows. For example, the changing of Han to shoot second versus first, and you know all the variety of changes they made over time to make things or the heroes seem a little bit more heroic versus, you know, a little bit more smugglery or whatever
I
the
want to
case might be.
interject. You might say they, but it's like George Lucas just doing all the old changes.
That's 100% fair. I'm just talking about like
Turn-
anyone who's like made retcons to the history of Star Wars in general.
Like
Wow.
the term for like changing your movie when you remake it is like, I'm pretty sure it's been coined as George Lucasing.
That wouldn't
Because he's done
surprise
it
me.
so many times to these Star Wars movies.
That would not surprise me, dude. Holy shit.
My name is Han Solo, and I always shoot second. God damn, that sounds so wrong. Yeah, this is badass. No, but nah, shooting second's more badass.
It's really weird because in that scene now, they animate his head to turn sideways a bit. Like they use like CG. CG his head to the left as like a laser blows past his ear.
Don't question it, damage.
Ugh.
It's so funny.
Man, poor Star Wars, man.
Star Wars was so good when they made the first 3 movies.
Shit, man.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
the
get.
shows have been good, the movies haven't been.
Let's
Yeah,
just hope
well-
that the big boys keep their hands on deck for, or at least like the helm on Star Wars from now on. Because if it continues the way it is now, I think we're, like you said, heading in a good direction. I hope that stays that way, and hopefully they can have such good writing and promote such good records with Star Wars that they want to give them access to movies, and then they're the ones writing movies. I think that would be awesome.
You know, when it comes to Star Wars, at least the canon one, man, like, there's some good stuff, right? I have to admit, you got the Clone Wars, you know, anime and stuff, but after like reading, let's say, Darth Bane, like the extended universe for the first time, like, damn, I can't look at canon the same anymore. It's
Feels
yeah, like I
cheated,
can't.
right?
Exactly. I just couldn't look at the same. I was like, man, like I was watching the Bad Batch and shit. Everybody's like, damn, this is hard. I'm like, bro, they got like a kid and shit. Like, what? I wish there was just them, man. Like, why you gotta have a kid here?
Bro, we're looking at Clone Commandos. They're like, oh my god, they're mutants. They're like enhanced in certain ways. And you're like, bro, Bane can do all this shit blindfolded
Yeah.
while being tortured.
It's like a. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, oh my god, like in the show, like it's like, oh my god, he killed the guy. I'm like, bro, Bane like murdered an entire like family and children just to like survive off their like agony. It's like it's not that crazy, man.
Yeah, you just like normal Star Wars lore and stuff just doesn't compare to like rolling around with the Sith Lord. To be fair, like you're talking like the most hardcore of the fucking hardcore, man. It's like rolling around with like death acolytes in your fucking verse. Like, of course.
Are you guys talking about Legends?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're
like,
talking about
Arcane,
Legends.
I haven't
Yes.
read any of it, so I have no clue.
Okay,
It's
it's a
some
good
good
read though,
stuff,
but like,
yeah, like Bane's
Yeah.
good continuity.
yeah, like I don't know. I guess Star Wars Canon like has a problem with just doing that certain aspect for some reason. It's like you've got like, oh, it's pretty interesting, right? Okay, but let's add a kid into it, bro. You gotta make them wonder about the universe, man. They're supposed to be exploring, like, bro. It just feels unnecessary, in my opinion. Like, I don't know. There could be some heavy themes, and the kid's like, "Don't kill him. It's wrong." It's like, whoa, what? Why are you here? And then it turns out the kid's like a super special gizmo or some shit that can change fate or something. I don't know, something overpowered. Yeah, Urza. He's we. Oh my god, that character, bro. He
It's
literally,
Walker.
bro. He summoned like fucking what was it? Warp driving. What was it? They warp through space. Look, yeah.
Leviathan of stories.
Yeah, I was like, exactly. I was like, what the fuck? He's like, may the force be with you. Oh wait, so I was like, damn man, I hope you don't come back. Oh no. Ah, bro, how they gonna make it a reasonable way for him to come back? Like, there's no all the glass is broken, so they're gonna warp through space or some shit, hyperspace, right? And then he's somehow gonna be alive in just space, no air. Just how, man? Oh no, I don't want to believe it.
I just work here, but you wait, it's gonna happen, man. Star Wars has
Oh.
got some interesting things going for it, in all honesty, but I'm just waiting for it more so than anything. Right now, we're just playing the waiting game with Star Wars. But Don, what you got? What you got for us next, man?
Don's been VFR'd. I'll be back.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm thinking about this what if battle that I possibly might do, which is Killua from Hunter X versus Damian Wayne from the DC Comics, but with equal stats. I think it's a pretty solid matchup, honestly. I mean, both from a family of assassins, you know what I mean? Both have really good feats. It would be a very
John,
interesting.
over here. Do you know anything, John,
Yeah.
about this?
What was it, Damian Wayne? Now for skill, at least I know that.
You know
At
about
least.
Hunter X
Oh, I know about Hunter X
Who
Hunter.
is-
Yeah, yeah. What's up? I can. Well, when it comes to Hunter X Hunter and like Killua though, his main whole thing is just about like assassination. So that's all he just practices is assassination arts. Like I can say that like well, I think most of the shit that he would use against Damian wouldn't really work, in my
John, where you
opinion.
got Killua skill to?
I don't know yet. I have a skill to do at that point. I was just saying it was a
Yeah,
decent
skill.
level. I haven't got that far yet in the world.
You could make it like a good argument for him. You might not need to do equal stats and just like take, like, Damian Wayne is like as he's intended in the narrative.
Yeah, like Killua is, I'd say, a pretty dangerous character. I'd say he's probably like around light speed, just based on what I've seen from the show. I wouldn't be surprised if he's like faster than that. I'm just giving you like my base like assessment.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I don't want to say he's light speed. I wouldn't say that.
I mean, by the end of what I saw, I felt like it. But like I said, I haven't like sat down on power scale. I'm just giving you like the general like feel for it. I don't know. He can't. I don't
Yeah.
think his AP is anything wild. I think that's like where things are kind of weird for the verse.
Oh yeah,
Was
I
Yeah.
mean, neither one of them are one-shotting each other. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Well, no, so like if
Was
we're doing like
Damian
equal
Wayne-
stats, I assume they'll be like scaled down to where he's at, right?
Was Damian
I mean,
Wayne the original Robin from the Detective Comics?
No.
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 Oh, I keep forgetting. It's just
Damian Wayne is the
decent vibe.
child of Talia al Ghul and Bruce Wayne, and was raised by was it the League of Shadows or League of Assassins?
I
One
think
of
it's
them.
League of Assassins.
Some murder killer group, yeah.
He was raised by a racist group, right?
And I'm not gonna say he's the youngest Robin right now, but he's like the most consistently new Robin. And
He's not the
like,
youngest.
yeah.
Well, actually, come to think of it,
I thought he was the youngest.
Who was it?
I think he's adopted like 2 or 3 others. They just don't stick around.
No.
Oh,
I
could
think
be
if it's
wrong,
equal
I don't follow
stats-
Batman super hard.
It's Dick Grayson. My bad.
Yeah.
Grayson.
Dick
but
Grayson's
yeah, I
the
think
OG. Yeah,
Dick Grayson's the fucking
style.
best, bro.
Yeah, he was
Yeah, he
fucking
was.
style.
He's OP.
So
like
man, I don't know, dude. He's got some pretty stupid training. Like Damian Wayne's got some pretty good training. If it's equalized
Damian Wayne at this
stats,
is insane.
if it's equalized
Yeah,
stats, I
pretty
think
much,
he
like,
has better training. Like fuck.
He has like the same training as Batman, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean he was trained by Batman and fucking Talia al Ghul / Ra's al Ghul, and they're both
Yeah.
fucking wildly crazy. So, like, I think if it's a test of talent, like he's more talented, but can that talent overcome like his weirdo lightning hacks and stuff, which is something like Damian Wayne, you know, is fun.
You probably have to put in equipment too, right? Shit.
Yeah, I think Damian would go and like prepare, like obviously no.
honestly, I
prep,
think
but,
most of Damien's equipment. Well, yeah, no prep, but like
Yeah.
Damien's equipment, in my opinion, like since the killer has the aura shit, they're just gonna break on him. Like it just comes down to hand to hand, which I think Damien just takes it. Like Damien can't like, what was it? Let's say he has like taser equipment, right? Because I'm pretty sure he does. It wouldn't work at killer at all. Like maybe Killer might like try to trick him, think it does work, and try to get an advantage, catch him off guard. But either way,
I feel like Damien throws a knife in one shots.
what?
Damien could just like throw like a battering in one shot.
This is equal stats.
Yeah, bro. As your character, can your character get stabbed?
I mean, I just said no. He has aura.
He
Can't.
can't get stabbed.
The fuck?
No, it's just gonna break. Because his aura.
How do you break a
His
knife?
men.
What?
No, his net,
Like,
his net, dude.
His Nen or
that's
his like
the thing.
aura they can use their aura to make it like a physical barrier to stop things from like harming them if they focus like in an area where it's at or anything like that.
Yeah. It's like the most important part of like Hunter x Hunter. So yeah, that's why I said that like most of those tools wouldn't work because just requires them to just block him. But if it's just hand to hand, then just Damien's just gonna throw hands, man. And he's done some stupid shit. I know for a fact. He's traded hands with Nightwing. He's traded hands with Batman. I think the Nightwing was more impressive than Batman, but like either way.
I mean, he's in the Bat family, which means he's fought with everyone. Dude, he has a whole series where he and Superboy like throw hands with each other all the time in it. Like half the series is them fighting, and that's like fucking Superboy. So, like, that,
Oh yeah.
like he's used to fighting characters way stronger than him too. But like at the end of the day, Don, you know what? If you do wind up doing that matchup, dude, that'd be super interesting because obviously there was a lot of people with a lot of different opinions here that were all kind of interesting, and that's weird. Both like young characters, both raised by assassins. Yeah, there's something to that one. I like where that's going.
Yeah, I feel like a battle either needs to be like really close or to be thematically consistent to be interesting. And if you have if it's thematically consistent, like both characters are similar, then that should be good.
Yeah.
Damian Wayne versus Cyclops. Cyclops fucking one-shots. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, wait.
Cyclops throws hands with everyone and wins.
No, I was about to say, wait. When Damien had like a
like hurt Dormammu. I feel like Damien.
wait. Well, hold on. I got a good argument. Okay. So
Here we go.
Here's why.
Dude, look
Here's
at the
why.
size of his arguments. My God.
Here's why.
That's why this
Damian
shot
Wayne.
grown-ass man
Hey,
with lasers.
Hey, here's why Damian Wayne is outer versal. Okay. So I'm just kidding. No, but for real, I was just gonna say about like Damian Wayne. Like, what was it when he got revived? Right when he died, he had like basically the powers like Superman or some shit.
Yeah, that was short term, but it was fucking dope.
Yeah, I was thinking about more that aspect, right? If
Yeah.
Damian Wayne had those powers fighting Cyclops.
No.
Aw.
I think lasers one-shotting Dormammu.
Oh my
obviously,
God.
obviously, I don't think that's
One-shot
consistent.
Dormammu.
But like,
They
dude, he
hurt
throws
Dormammu.
hands with in eyes with everybody, dude. I'm telling you, or I guess I.
Damn.
Cyclops hurt Dormammu, and
Yeah,
I mean his lasers are inconsistent though.
he like throws hands at Captain
like-
America. Like he literally does it all, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Could he pierce a cocaine ridden author though? Stephen King?
Yeah, I think he could.
I don't know, man.
Stephen King's a pussy. All he does
No.
is all he
Got
does
him.
in stories is go,
Get
oh
him.
my god, my stories are to be
Alright.
over.
my hatred for Stephen King activates, dude. Screw Stephen King.
Yeah, Lumos loves Stephen King literature.
Yeah, dude, I love the cocaine fueled writing. I swear to God.
Ooh, actually, you know, speaking of Stephen King, I'm gonna write this down just to troll.
boy.
Does Stephen King won a fight in his first season? I feel like
I
all
don't
he does is
think
write about himself getting taken over.
I mean, he can create like fucking Roland. Pretty impressive.
Alright, here you go.
Yeah, they both write stories, dude. Think about it, Rohan.
Yeah,
Stephen
bro.
From Lord of the Rings?
King. Yeah, dude.
Bro,
What?
they both write his stories.
Dude, they're both narrators. Think about it.
Rohan from Lord of the Rings?
Great narratives.
Yeah, man. Bro, I don't think your character has resistances to just simple laws, you know. I'm just saying.
Speaking of like weird, wacky, like inconsistent, crazy powers, like what do you think about your topic, Q? Hit us with it.
Do you mean the emotional spectrum?
Yeah, the memes.
Yeah. So I was talking with Lumos in the DMs for a little. He was doing some research on a video, secret video, you'll see. But it involves Larfleeze, and he's basically showing me some like wacky shit. It just got me thinking, like, are there any notable verses or like scalings that are literally like more like inconsistent or imbalanced as the emotional
Oh,
spectrum?
Consistency? Hulk
Mad.
has the highest highs and the lowest lows in Marvel.
True.
Because
dude.
apparently
Ape
Lumos
level.
says like Larfleeze is like easily source wall level plus.
He's fighting characters, yeah, like around that level. Like
Oh my god.
it's wild some of the stuff he does.
But
Dude, he's
inconsistency wise, Hulk has the highest highs and the lowest lows.
Dude, Hulk's a fucking robber.
I mean, he is, but he's also like able to upskill others to an insane level.
Lumos, why is greed the most powerful emotion?
Because unlike the other emotions that have been used throughout all of the eons, Larfleeze hoarded all of the power himself throughout all the eons and didn't utilize it actively as much as the other cores did. And as a result, he just has amassed that much more power. That and over those eons, he held his Orange Lantern battery so much so, he actually became a battery himself. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's got
basically-
some shit.
So basically, like, pretend he would be like the equivalent if like you stuffed everything like the Green Lantern corpse had into like a person holding a lantern.
He's
'Cause, like-
he's worse. He's worse. So he would be, to give you an idea, he would be like, what if Hal Jordan killed the rest of the Green Lantern Corps, right? And then took their souls and then forced their souls to have Green Lantern rings, and the people with those rings had to obey him until they died, no matter what. And
Sad luck.
then he went and found the central power battery, which held ion inside of it, and then held on to that for like 3 eons. Yeah. And so now he can like charge up his ring to 100,000%. When normal
Bro,
lanterns
Morpheus
can
is
like do
cheating.
100. Yeah, he's literally just busted as fuck.
He's cheating. He's not even using a real emotion.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even think greed's an emotion, but like canonically in verse, dude, you could safely argue it's like one of the most powerful.
Larfleeze
Like
definitely DDoSes people.
Yeah, it's just wacky, man. I've got a full Larfleeze / like Orange Lantern just scaling video coming out here real soon. That'll be my next super big project. But yeah, it's wacky, dude. He's got some crazy stuff. But in terms of like other verses like that, yeah, I think Hulk's a good example. Who else we got? Who else got an ultra inconsistent verse for us?
I mean, all of Marvel just like
Marvel and
Just
DC
like-
suffered from that.
Marvel and DC are just the worst when it comes to consistencies and like busted characters.
I'm trying to think of like anything else besides that.
Can't think of it.
One day Juggernaut's a fucking threat to everything, and then the other day he's getting stuck in concrete.
Thing is one worse than the other? Well, I think Marvel's worse than DC in inconsistencies.
I won't.
Wolverine's a good example.
Wolverine is the example.
Wolverine, Juggernaut, Hulk. I don't know. Fucking up the other jobbers in Marvel. I can't come to top of my head.
Bro, it just seems inconsistent, but like Marvel humans are broken. That's why they're actually getting beat up.
I have to roast Thanos on a regular basis. I gotta forget.
The verse isn't actually inconsistent. It's just that the entire verse is overpowered, not just some of it.
Sharply made verse.
That's the narrative I'm sticking to.
Oh, actual deviation, but verse-wise. So, okay, so I was watching the vid Splash put out. You know, like when you put the 3 writers,
Yeah.
you know, who could, you know, beat the character. And you know the writer from DC from Animal Man? Would you say is that the most powerful DC character to ever appear?
Who?
The writer from the Animal Man? Like the
I mean,
writer himself.
I asked.
You could
about this one
probably
time.
argue that, but like now I'm not as sure that that would be the case. Nowadays, you could probably, with like the current like meta that we're in, you could probably argue he was just like a being of pure like connective energies, or he was just like a hand that was out there that just was like manipulating and like wrecking shit.
I don't know.
But like,
I feel like just because that comic doesn't have anything else, like he just sees the verse as fiction, and so whatever the verse puts out, he's gonna scale above it.
yeah,
Like, that's
Yeah.
the only thing that was confirmed, that he just sees everything as fiction because he writes it.
that's why you see me like saying that he would be like up in that range. I don't know if we have enough evidence to say he like sits past that, because those beings are quite literally creating the narratives of everything below them within those verses. So if he's a being within those verses and claims that, you know, he is narratively above them, then obviously he has to at least be, you know, from the same plane as the hands, implying
Could
that
you-
he's around that power or somewhere in there. But it's with the current meta of things, we just don't know.
Could it be plausible that like I remember seeing some scans like it was him like narrating and like in the background like he was typing some shit on like his like white computer, like some text. Could the text be the monitor mind? Or the overvoid or whatever, you think? Is that canon in relation to Animal Man? Since I know Animal Man's a Vertigo run. Right.
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to do some more digging into Animal Man to be like 100% sure on that, because I don't know what's Vertigo and what's canon for Vertigo characters, because they're not necessarily like DC characters, if that makes sense.
It actually makes me. It's actually kind of interesting, like how people think about it. Since why does everyone sleep on the writer from Animal Man and the Vertigo, but no, everyone worships the presence in Vertigo from Lucifer?
Yeah.
Like, what does one have that the other doesn't? I feel like the writer would
we're
destroy
in such a different place cosmologically than we were like 7 years ago. Like 7 years ago, the Overvoid was the literal like God creator like of existence and everything, and nowadays like the Overvoid is just like this space that the hands exist within. It's just that plain. Like so like we're pretty far from where we were. And who knows? In the future, maybe things will be different, and maybe it'll change. But I don't know. Maybe in 5 years, we'll be looking at this as just one more layer within like DC's cosmology.
Yeah.
So what you got for Superman Shazam?
I just wanted to bring that little beef up. I was just curious of what you guys' take was. Like,
What you got for Superman?
What
Shazam? What you got for Superman Shazam? Huh?
Yo, I'm more of a Shazam boy. Shazam is such more of a fucking Chad than Superman is. Like, dude, he overpowers like Black Adam on like a regular basis. Who I think is like.
I think there's a few times
on
when
average.
Superman's overcome Black Adam too. To be fair.
But I mean, I think Black Adam. I don't know. I like on like a regular basis is equal to, if not more impressive, like Prime than Superman is.
Is it the narrative that Shazam should win because he's magical?
Strategy Cotton.
Well, yeah, but I'm not gonna pull out of my ass the Shazam's gonna beat Superman because of magic.
No, I think it is an interesting conversation either way, because they both have wins and losses against one another throughout all of DC. I think that at the end of the day, like Superman has some higher scaling in terms of feats, but in terms of like going all out, it seems that like character-wise, Shazam should be more powerful. Like that's the way it feels like it should be. But like feat-wise, I feel like it's safer to vote with Superman.
Would you say it's a restriction of, obviously, an incredible restriction of experience, where Shazam probably has at least a bit of more potential, but Superman just has
it could be experience. It could be
experience.
that experience too, but especially now that like Superman actually knows him and knows of him as well, of his origins, that he's a kid. That also works against Superman too, because Superman isn't really taking him as seriously, or not as seriously. He's like he's afraid to hurt him because he is a kid at the end of the day. And I mean, what do you get for beating up Billy Batson at the end of the day? Even if you are Superman, you know, like you don't come out of that fight looking like a winner either way, because you just like beat up a child, you know. So rip.
I feel like putting characters within verse, like in DC and Marvel, to like against each other ends up the same way. It's just like, oh, who's your favorite? Just pick. It's the same as like the Hulk v Thor debate. It's the same as like Hulk v Superman. No one's gonna agree ever.
So to address the injustice memes that you're posting, Jobber, this version of Billy Batson actually lacked the wisdom of Solomon, and as a result, this is why he went down like this silly path. So yeah, normal Billy, I don't think he'd get taken out by eye lasers to the face, but then again, to be fair, you know, Superman at the same time doesn't typically just grab people and eye laser them to death. So you never know.
Wisdom of Solomon would have been like, yo, what the fuck up? He's got to fucking, freeze your mouth. So, I don't know. I feel like if they're in their primes and shit, and like Billy didn't have to worry about his child form, and maybe Shazam was more experienced, I would go Team Shazam, bro. I don't know.
So my favorite version of Shazam was a slight arc during Darkseid, where all the Justice League members became gods, and Shazam got an upgrade to the pantheon of gods that he gained access to. So instead of it being Greek gods, he got his pantheon of gods from a higher set of dimensional gods that included Yuga Khan, who was like Darkseid's father, as well as like the Wizard himself, and a bunch of other like really crazy gods. It was crazy as hell. Super
Cool.
interesting version of Shazam if you ever get the chance.
Yeah, we also have,
Very
obviously would always have to talk about which versions we're using, but
Yeah.
you know, like,
Do comp versus comp.
Oh god.
Okay.
The
What
amount of
Shazam?
research.
Oh,
No.
no, oh my god,
Jesus.
gross. It's melting my mind right now.
How the fuck do you get comps Shazam anywhere near comp Superman?
That'd be a challenging, interesting video to make.
I mean, it'd probably be like 2.5 hours long.
So,
Yeah.
obviously we're all about like the versus battles. Like at the end of the day, like a lot of us are just really interested in like versus matchups. I mean, in this conversation alone, we've already hit up we have Superman versus Shazam, as well as Killua versus Damian Wayne. So obviously Death Battle is like a big forum for that. What do you got to say about all that business popping off right now, Jobber?
For Death Battle
Yeah,
coming
what do they
back,
bring?
bro?
What do they bring into the table?
They got the Kool-Aid band. They got the Kool-Aid band,
They
man.
got the
versus Macho Man.
I don't know why that's.
Who asked for that?
That's
It doesn't
no,
make
it's just
sense.
fire. That's fire.
Where's Q versus Mr. Mix, bro?
Yeah, that would have been way better.
If I contact
Oh my God.
Death Battle right now and just say, "Do you guys know how to scale Q?" They're just gonna come back with, "We don't know who Q is."
Exactly.
Bro,
They do.
We don't know how to scale, is what they'll say.
That's what we want them to say, but they'll never admit it.
Bro, Death Battle was good back when like nobody knew it, like nobody had any clue what power scaling is.
Yeah.
I remember watching Death Battle when I was like in the 9th grade, young and dumb,
Yep.
thinking, "Oh my god, these guys are so smart.
These guys know what they're talking
These
about.
guys gotta figure it out."
They got it down to a T. Oh my
Not
god.
that I know like anything. Like even back then, I watched like the Carnage v Lucy one.
Yeah.
And I was like, hold on, this is complete bullshit. And I had no interest in power scaling or anything. And I could just
Yeah.
tell what they presented, like, no, this is bullshit. I've read some comics. I know Carnage is able to take out is able to go more than the fucking Mach, whatever they put him at, like Mach 1, Mach 2.
Well, he can fight Spider-Man.
Yeah.
and Spider-Man's pretty fast. If you look at this chart, Spider-Man running time ran up a building. The speed of him running up the building was 3/4. Okay, dude. What about the time he like, I don't know,
Dodge
like
lasers.
yeah, like dodge
Like,
lasers.
consistently, like-
You know,
Yeah,
like
it's such
the
a
thing that
roundabout way
every
of going about
character,
things.
every street tier character in Marvel does. Like, come on, bro.
It's just like, hold on, we're only allowed to use travel feats now, Death Battle? Is that what we're doing?
Interesting.
I don't know. They're pretty wacky
Oh, so
with
we-
their shit. Love their
We
animations,
use a
but
reaction feat for
God.
the anime character, but we use a travel feat for the Carnage, for the Marvel character. Got the Death Battle.
because it's a comic book, you can't use that. I mean, think about it, dude. It's just an image.
It'd be too unfair.
Yeah, dude.
Don't make that battle.
Off the top of your head, what's the most disrespectful L you've seen Death Battle give a character?
Oh man.
Rogue versus Rogue versus Wonder Woman.
Yeah. There was also the Shazam versus Captain Marvel one. Like I felt like yeah, it was really one-sided, but at the same time, damn, you just really had to do that. Like we didn't even get to see her like fucking die. It's just him, and then it fucking ends so abruptly with something. Like I didn't even know what it was. Something hits his head, and I'm like, oh, it's her foot. Okay, I didn't fucking know because it's like because it's like 6 pixels long.
The Carnage one is also like super egregious. Like Carnage skills way above, and also like just shouldn't have taken that at all.
Yeah.
Like that was disgusting.
think
personally,
another similar things. Oh yeah, so
I said personally, man. For me, it's the Archie Sonic versus Flash one. I kid you
Yo.
not. They managed to take a feat where somebody runs in base outside of a black hole and moves so fast he throws himself 600,000 light years across this existence and crashes on a moon. They managed to convince themselves that he didn't run out of it and that it was just a wormhole that teleported him to that moon based on literally no evidence whatsoever. They managed to downplay based on like their own personal theory of what happened on panel. Like, what?
Let me just get this out of the way real quick so I know. Lumos, do you think Archie Sonic should have beaten Flash in that death battle?
The way they presented it, I think that like at its high end, I'm not sure that I know they say that they don't think that the animations aren't exactly what happens, you know, in their quote unquote like potential situation.
Yeah.
The way it was presented in that potential situation, I don't think with their logic it makes sense. That's my issue with it. Is they're like, bro, he steals his speed, and it's like, well, he has infinite, like beyond infinite speeds. You can't steal that. I thought
the death scene, that was honestly kind of fire to me. I thought that was really cool how they went out. Like him just like he punched him and then he's morphing into multiple different versions of himself and just
I agree if he hadn't survived an attack with the what was it called? The reverse syncopation wave, I think is what it was called. That was designed to conceptually destroy him throughout like the Omniverse.
Mm-hmm.
And he just tanked it.
It's not bad.
So like I don't know, dude. He's survived something that I would consider honestly like high-end Wally, like in terms of capabilities, high-end walling with like super wank like would be similar to what that thing was in my perception of how the cosmology of both verses were. So
okay. Well, can we that one was a little sus, but can we bring up how, even though I think my boy Dr. Fate has a little more drip, can we bring up how Doctor Strange took that L, which included classic?
So I was.
That's disgusting.
I was like, no.
I was scaling classic Doctor Strange, and I was saying to Lumos like, so they were using for his AP like general, like, oh yeah, he can use Big Bangs. Wow. Well, he can also literally blow up entire dimensions, like it's nothing.
But look at their logic. Look at their logic at the end of that, though. Their logic was, this guy is a god using magic, and this other guy is using magic from gods. Lol.
Yeah, like who gives a fuck?
Like, that's where their logic is at. Not looking at the feats where like that's true.
Use the same logic as Mr. Evaluator.
Like that's true.
Oh no.
Like what they
That's
said.
true.
Like it's true what they're saying, that he like Fate is a god, but like he has the powers of all the gods. Like I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Like
It's
hard
like
to argue.
Fate's a god.
Like ultra association fallacying, like yeah, gods equal big powers, so that means whoever is more god equals more big power.
Yep.
Like, can you just scale them though, like based on feats?
You know, I think we're missing an important detail right at. Like one thing we're missing here is that the reason why Fate won, right? Dr. Fate, it's just simple. His helmet it existed.
Oh, dude.
Therefore, he should win.
Dude, the being
Yeah,
that
it
stuck
existed.
within his helmet, dude, was formless energies.
Shut up.
Hold on,
Okay.
Lobo took the most disgusting L in Death Battle.
Okay, I kind of have to. Yeah.
Who did?
That was so
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Lobo, that's hilarious.
I feel like they were getting so pressured with giving DC so many wins that they just fucking vomited one to Marvel with Ghost Rider.
They vomited like the worst one too. It's like, yeah, Mephisto like was able to beat up this demon and put it inside a guy, and like, yeah, that the jobber Mephisto. I don't think it was Mephisto would be able to beat Lobo.
Mephisto's a bitch.
Yeah.
Mephisto would like be
Dude,
fodderized
yeah,
by
he'd-
Lobo,
he'd
honestly.
fucking roll up and slap.
Mephisto like the worst Hell Lord.
Zero goes for
In the
fucking
newest
clapping.
run, in the newest fucking run for Death Metal, he went to the fifth dimension. You know, the place where
Yeah,
Mr.
we're death.
Mxyzptlk is from, and murdered everyone in the fifth dimension.
Didn't they
Is
say
it?
like death does not exist in our dimension or something?
It's
He's
your
just he
imagination.
literally just said it doesn't matter, and he just like even the sun in the background was like, nah, I don't want any of this.
He introduced death as a concept to the imagination realm.
Literally.
What the fuck?
I'm salty that Hulk has taken 2 L's in Death Battle.
Oh my fuck off.
He's been on twice, and
Whoa.
he's taken 2 of them.
Yeah, and both of them should have been him winning.
I mean, I'm
I don't know,
willing to
Doomsday?
concede that, like, if you take, like, oh, fucking, Doomsday? Yeah, if you take Doomsday at his peak, and where he, like, fought True Form Darkseid, and then you take, like, average Hulk, yeah, okay, Doomsday wins that. But if you take Broly at his peak, and then you just put him against Hulk, and they just did it again. They just do Broly peak versus Hulk at his average. He just takes another out.
Hmm.
It's so fucked.
Yeah, but where the fuck is High End Hulk, huh? Like you're doing it for them, why not him? What
Yeah.
what are they doing? What the fuck are they doing?
They have a fucking four people.
Like seriously, it's like okay, we got a guy who literally beat up Darkseid for his lunch money, true form, and we got Hulk, and he like fought Thor a couple times, and he lost. So it's
Darkseid?
like it's like
I'm willing to say, okay, yeah, Darkseid beats Hulk. Fine. That's cool.
Okay.
I don't think anyone in Dragon Ball beats Hulk.
No, not yet.
Xeno?
So, yeah, I'm
Xeno,
good
man.
with a DC character being Hulk. I'm fine with that. But a fucking Dragon Ball character, I'm embarrassed.
I mean,
And the main
Oh, no.
continuity is
Watch
typically
out,
Lord
Paris might hakai you.
What else for you? What else you got for us, Jobber, on the old death battle memes?
Oh yeah, Goku versus Superman 3.
oh my
It's
god.
gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Doing
man.
it.
It's gonna happen.
No, they are. Are they actually?
Yeah, they're considering it for like next year.
Oh my god.
Yes,
But
Goku versus Superman 3.
Are they using like Xeno Goku? Are they give like Milkman Man?
I don't know,
God.
bro. It's gonna be Ultra Instinct Master, man. They're like,
Oh
Goku's
no.
gonna be like, wanna rematch? And Superman's like, bro, I don't
Like,
need
literally
to fight.
last time they were just like, there is no possible way for Goku to beat Superman because Superman is an idea, and then it's like, okay, we're gonna do a third one, and there's a due to him having Ultra Instinct, he has a much higher. Okay, so he just transcends to like ideas. That's okay, great.
I think it's fine.
Oh, really?
I believe that like no matter what, like Superman's gonna be Goku, but like because of how shit they explain it, every fan of Goku is just gonna be mad still.
Yep.
Like they don't scale Superman like well.
Well, they're
Yeah,
we
Don't scale
idiots.
Goku well either.
Yeah, and so
Okay.
everyone's gonna get mad that they downplayed Goku, but then you realize that they disgustingly downplayed Superman, so he still wins.
Oh my god, I can like okay, right I have two things. Right now, using Death Battle's logic and their fan base, who do you think, they're gonna have win this time? Superman or Goku?
Superman. He has
Oh
no
my
limits.
They gotta analyze the capabilities, brother.
Bruh, I feel like they're just gonna maybe take another turn and be like, no, Goku won this one, and they're gonna say some bullshit like, well, due to Jiren's like this stupid fucking feat he did one time in the fucking tournament or whatever, he scales above Superman. If they do something like that, say Jiren is above Superman somehow, I'm gonna throw up in my fucking mouth.
I don't think Death Battle believes in like dimensional scaling either. So
No, they don't. I think they they
You're
don't.
not-
I don't think
you're
they.
not
I
the
don't.
sponsor that.
I
think
they
literally-
believe in anything, like past infinite speed as well.
Literally in a Q&A, I heard them talking, and they were just like, "Oh, we don't like understand," or some bullshit like that. And I'm like, then why the fuck are you scaling these characters? I don't remember what they said, but they said something. They said something very similar to, "We do not know what's beyond infinite speed," or some bullshit like speed power. I don't know what they said, but that it was very similar to that. And I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Holy shit!
It's not hard to understand. It's all that
I know.
information's out there.
But that's what I heard, and I was just like, oh my fucking god, but why are you still on the fucking platform? Oh my god.
Let the fans do the research for you, my god.
Literally.
But the fans are like mouth drooling fucking.
Okay, well, yes, that's right, because, well,
Yes, man.
I mean,
So
where are they supposed to go to find knowledgeable people? Like,
From the last dumbass Superman vs. Goku one, didn't it stop at like Goku Super Saiyan Blue? So what is the
Yeah.
last canon Goku form? Just Smash Ultra Instinct?
pretty much.
Okay,
Oh, man.
Goku.
Just have to
Superman's
think.
I tell you what you do. You have a scale off. And say, hey, our next death battle is gonna be this guy versus this guy. You can enter your arguments for your character.
Oh, that would actually be kind of cool.
I don't. They're too lazy.
But I feel like someone's gonna come in with like some.
I would
What
be
is-
too lazy to fact check every shitty argument that was brought up.
you know what'd be crazy
People out
actually?
there scaling Goku to above every fiction ever.
Oh god. What if they had like yo, I just realized, what if they had like for the Goku vs Superman 3, the thing that would like shock the internet, man. Maybe blow up Twitter. Is that Seth the programmer is representing Goku's side in research.
Dude, that would be a good way to do it, is get like really famous members of the community in order to justify each side.
Literally. That would be
Yeah.
amazing. If I saw Seth on Death Battle, holy fuck.
Pretty sure Seth believes Superman would win that.
Yeah.
I don't know who would be able to like, who's like knowledgeable but also thinks like Goku would win. I think that's like difficult to find.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you find out about like the entire DC meta, you're like, oh my god, this is disgusting. Like, why would anyone put DC characters against anyone?
Right.
Yep.
True.
Okay, Lumos, it's time for you to defend yourself again about why
Yeah.
Hal Jordan easily.
Oh my
Yeah, we need Ben 10 versus Hal Jordan, the truth by Lumos. We need this.
god.
We
You
need
gotta
this.
make a video on that.
You gotta watch every single episode of Ben 10 ever, and then scale the comics.
So,
You gotta
like-
scale all of it.
I actually do like me some Ben 10. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I'm an expert or anything. I watched pretty much everything through Alien Force, and I feel
I
like
guess out of all of us, I would be the resident Ben 10 expert.
like
Which
from what I understand, Ben has like an infinite number of 3D universes out there, right?
Ben is doo-doo.
Right, and that's like kind of where their cosmology scales up to. They don't
He
really
is
go
the
past
best 26 dimensions. No, there's like one alien that was 26 dimensional.
that. Okay, like I mean,
That's it. That's all they got.
we got like boundless, both confirmation of boundless dimensions as well as like infinite dimensions throughout like the verse. So I don't know. I feel like if you take high-end Hal Jordan versus high-end Alien X, then Hal should come out on top. If you do consistent Hal Jordan versus like Alien X, I think in the last 20 years, yeah, he's probably going to come out on top in that one.
What if it's just like equal stats though? Like Hal Jordan versus Ben 10.
That just ruins it though.
Yeah.
If it's equal stats, I think
It has like not a lot of hacks though in Alien X form.
he basically has to rely on the idea that Alien X does everything all at once, versus Hal, who already does that in like his base form. Like none of his other aliens, in my opinion, scale to the amount of hacks that like Hal just individually has. Right? Because typically he uses his hacks in an inventive way in order to defeat his opponent, because his Omnitrix typically gives him the tools he needs in order to defeat his opponent. But the amount of resistances that the lanterns offer with their emotion-based hacks is just, I think, really frustrating to deal with for any of them individually outside of like Alien X.
I mean, just take for example, like think about it more, and more. Like obviously, classic Hal was on the table, and they could nitpick whatever feats they wanted for him. Like, that's kind of ridiculous. Like,
I mean, to give
they
you
make a good fucking case for Hal.
to give you guys an
I don't think
idea,
it was a fair battle.
in the New 52, Hal Jordan, while fighting a giant robot, without the use of his power ring, because he had to use his power ring on containing I think it was a star that was the size of a planet within his hand, like within his palm. So like, Hal could just create a barrier around like most of his creatures, and they just like couldn't do anything to get out. Like what does 90% of Ben should do? They just can't escape like a supernova level like barrier.
Yeah.
And I think that level of utility is just really frustrating, man.
I gotta
I
give.
don't think the battle is good at all. I think it's not even like close when it comes to scaling, and it's like not even thematically that good.
Lol, Green, Lol, both got alien artifacts, dude.
I mean, I gotta
Oh,
give
green,
one time.
you've got tech. Wow.
What's up?
I gotta give Death Battle credit this one time for actually knowing their shit and giving Hal the W, because I feel like this could have been like,
I-
a tricky.
I agree, but they managed to fuck it up still.
They fucked it up so
Yeah.
badly that like Hero could like debunk them and say that Ben won versus their scaling.
Yeah, the justifications were just so
Yeah.
poor. Like,
You could, yeah, like you could scale Ben past their Green Lantern scaling.
yeah,
They're
it
just
really
ass
would be
scalers.
hard.
Regardless of what their decisions were, they're just dog shit scalers. So you can
Yeah,
always
really
debunk
bad.
them.
Like, Hal throws hands with like Krona with all the emotional entities.
That's a dilemma with Death Battle.
Rip.
Like I feel like because of how like poorly they explain stuff, like whenever they have like a last result, it ends up being like super controversial because it's so easy to debunk one side and make like the other one like seem winnable with their scaling of both sides. Like I remember Wally West versus Archie Sonic was super controversial when it came out because everyone was like, versus Wally West, Archie Sonic one shots, like they didn't even get him to like anywhere that's good. It's like, yeah, they didn't do that, but like Wally West still wins if you have good power scaling on both sides.
I just think, like I said, the justifications are what always kills me with those guys.
Yeah.
Like, it triggers the literal shit for me. Even if they do manage to get the battle right, at the end of the day, you look at why they think that is the case, and you're just like, bro, like this is like a toddler. This is like a toddler's level taken. You just have to ask, dude. Have you read this shit before? And if like, I feel like if they had like a truth serum, there's no way they'd be able to say otherwise. Like they'd just be like,
I feel
no.
like it's crazy that before I think their second episode was like Rogue versus Wonder Woman. Rogue wins that, and then later on Hulk versus Doomsday, and then they go light speed is a rarity in Marvel, so Doomsday outspeeds.
It's weird.
It's fucking cancer.
It's true, dude.
Oh my god.
Well, that's because Rogue has Wonder Woman's powers. I mean, she had to blitz her in order to get those powers, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
Oh, bringing up Sonic, I was just looking at Versus Battle Wiki. They actually buffed him. They give him, instead of high 2A, now that he's low complex multiversal.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still behind the game considering the shit he was doing, but you know, it is what it is.
Little late to the party.
Rebooted, like multiple fictional existences beyond everything within his own continuity. So like,
Yeah, I'm never stepping foot into fucking Sonic scaling. That stuff is too sweaty.
it gets some pretty wild stuff.
One more thing about Death Battle. Who you got winning on the Batman versus Iron Man?
What are the circumstances again?
Batman has his help me out.
Hellbat?
The Hellbat armor, and Iron Man has like everything.
Oh god, everything? Jesus.
Everything.
I think Iron Man will win that.
Damn, Iron Man just watched
Dude,
it. Shit sample.
okay, here's my thing. Okay, I know damn well they're gonna say Batman wins because the Hellbat was able to beat up Darkseid for his lunch money, and then they're gonna be like, oh, you know, Batman's taken like a lot of L's previously, and it's the Hellbat, and Iron Man won his other one, so it's like, give him a loss, it's fine. That's exactly what they're going for, and
So
I
I
will
agree.
always stand by that.
I agree that he would beat the shit out of Iron Man, dude. I think with the Hellbat armor, he would fucking kick the shit out of him. And then before he
I'd
would
agree.
defeat him, he would not be able to control his suit, and his suit would actually rip him out of it, and Iron Man would have hacked the fucking thing. Because if there's one damn thing Tony Stark can do really fucking well, dude, it's hack shit. And powerful technology is shit that he can get his hands on really easily.
Is the Hellbat armor hackable? It's like it's like
Probably
programmable.
not. If it won, didn't they go against the JL? Or is that a different armor?
Yeah, I went against the JL, yeah. That's the one
Is
that, that's the one that went
No.
against. Or that's the one that went against Darkseid whenever he rolled up on Darkseid and like.
Yeah, that's the one that went against. He has the Justice Buster with all these weird shit, like gum to stop Flash.
But like
or
the
something.
Hellbat like affected his mentality, right? And like
and his
like,
physicality, and it made him very exhausted. And if he was in there for more than, I think it was 20 minutes or so, he just flat out fucking die, and it just spit him out. And I don't know. I feel like if Iron Man can keep his probably keep his distance, and if he has everything at his disposal, he has like thousands of shit he can throw at him, and I think that'll take much more than 20 minutes. That'll be enough for Batman to just be like, all right, I either get out and die or I stay in and die. So it's like,
So my question to you, Spicy, is: do you think that if we remove Tony Stark from the situation and we put Ultron in, do you think Ultron would be able to survive the situation?
That'd be fucking awesome, actually.
Interesting.
Well, no. The reason why I say that is a lot of times Tony Stark is comparable or has like similar reactions to like Ultron. So like if you think Ultron would come out of the situation with the W, there's also the potential chance for like Iron Man at times proving he can do shit that's similar.
I feel like Tony's more creative than Ultron. I feel like actually like Ultron might lose that, Tony wins that.
Yeah. I think it really depends on what. I feel like it depends on what armor they're gonna give Tony, because I know they're gonna go like because they always do like, I know what Death Battle does. They go for like the weakest parts, and then they go for the strongest. Oh my god, he pulled that out trick, and it's it's like, which armor would Iron Man pull out last? I think it would be the Uru armor. I think that might be the last one, but they also might do that weird celestial fighting armor or something.
I don't know. If he pulls out the Hellbat, then obviously he's gonna get his first his first outfit destroyed. He's gonna have to probably go to some big shit. But I think he's gonna have enough outfits to outpace the Hellbat, like over time.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I agree too. I think the Uru armor might be his last choice, and then it's like,
I don't know. Maybe I'm
Hellbat
really
destroys.
downplaying that Hellbat dude, and it like throwing down with Darkseid, but like.
Yeah.
Man, I don't
But
know.
he didn't really throw down with
I'd have to
Shield
review
Farm.
those to honestly have a solid opinion.
Honestly, I want Batman to get a win, man. That's gonna be good. If he does get a win. I mean, probably not. He's probably gonna lose bad, but I mean,
he didn't
Shit.
really win with the
I think he
Hellbat
wins.
against.
I think he wins via like Death Battle, just like liking DC more than they like Marvel.
I'm calling it right now. Batman will win the death battle because of death battle ignorance, but I believe Iron Man should win. There.
I think
It's probably gonna go with smarts.
I think that the reason why they seem to favor DC so much more is because it's a lot easier to interpret their cosmology, as well as like I think they have a lot more like outrageous direct feats that are in like their more popular stories.
I don't think that's it. I don't think they're smart enough for that. I think they just go like based on what the narrative is, like the obvious narrative.
I mean, I'll give that to you in specific instances. The Superman one being a big one.
Because they're gonna be like, oh, we have beat up Darkseid. This is what they're thinking. Hellbat beat up Darkseid. We had Darkseid beat up Thanos. Iron Man cannot beat up Thanos. Therefore, Hellbat wins. That's what they're gonna say.
They are a fan of using their own logic to justify themselves.
Bro, like, it's like, that's like, how bad do you have, like, Avatar Darkseid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Wasn't
wasn't it the new 52 Darkseid? I think, because he had the shoulder pads and the weird helmet thing.
I don't remember if that was specifically New 52 or not. Like I said, it's been a long ass time since I've read that story.
I think
Like,
it
the
was.
only reason why, like, the Thanos v Darkseid fight is interesting is because Avatar Darkseid exists. Like, that's the only way it's an interesting fight.
Yeah.
Well, how about
And they were like, hey, let's bring true form.
how about the next good old topic down here? What you got for the state of debates in Discord, Jobber?
The state of debates. I mean, well, I think this debate's like nowadays. Of course, I think it's getting more toxic in my opinion. And also, what was it?
It's all
Me and-
toxic.
Me and Lumos, we made a new term called the debate bro fallacy.
Literally.
Lumos, yeah, you want to pop up on that, Lumos? The debate bro fallacy,
Dude, I'll let you take full credit on it, man. Go for it. I'll be your hype man.
bro. Okay. So, bro, it's when people in a normal conversation, you could be chilling, we're having a discussion, going right, like, oh, bro, what do you know? Like, someone tries to turn it into like a full-on like heavy debate, like, bro, there's like hatred with fallacies out of nowhere, like, bro, wait a minute, whoa, calm down, like,
Who started that?
yeah, it's like,
I mean,
like,
there's-
it's like,
I'm feeling
like,
I know who started that.
there's a lot of people who have like those types of mentalities. So I mean, it is what it is. But I think it's important to call it out because it's just obnoxious, man. We just chill.
I'm not
Yeah.
about to name drop him, but I
Yeah.
think I know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just
No name
I
drops.
find debates like on here in general just on average kind of just sweaty and petty a lot unless you can really find someone like respectable and mature, which I find is kind of rare. That's why I kind of like personally stay away from it.
Everyone's super sweaty when it comes to debate.
It's really cringe, to be honest. It's like, oh, you better be means debate, dude, and they get fully butthurt.
yeah, it's like, it's super fucking weird, man. It could be about anything, bro. It's like we're talking about apples, which is better. Like, I think apples are pretty good. It's like, oh, you have proof of that? Like, no. Okay, concessions accepted. GG's.
Alright. It's like, bro,
Honestly,
it's an opinion
I
piece.
like-
What the fuck?
I like the idea of like debating characters, but like most of the time it's just not about that. It's like entirely just like
Yeah.
rhetoric and like how much more philosophy and like philosophy of debate that the other guys know.
It's like, cool, dude.
Like, it's like, okay, I've power scaled my character here, and it's like, oh, you've made 20 arguments against me with like 5 fallacy references.
Gish
Like, okay,
Gallop
cool, I
like
don't know
4
all of
million
this.
times over.
I have
Yeah.
the fucking drive to learn every debate term, so I guess I'll just concede and just go back to reading books.
Yeah. These people are, I bet they're just gonna become college professors. They're just gonna open a class called like fictional debates. They're gonna teach that shit. Like, okay, so your opponent is being fallacious.
Fictional
And all
debates.
this other stuff.
Fictional debates. The gym. Yeah.
Yes, the gym do. Look at the size of those arguments, man.
Be walking around, dude. They just be lifting massive ass books full of all of their arguments, dude.
They're gonna be there like
Like dictionaries worth. Yeah.
if the opponent tries to take a narrator's statement as fact, always challenge them on it. Because we don't know if he's lying or not.
Yeah.
We don't know if he actually knows everything.
Exactly.
Let's question the most foundational, obvious things in all of existence. Prove to me that your character is 3D.
Bruh, guess I can. It's just on a page. Fuck me, I guess.
Question literally everything, and then when we question them, they're like, bro, why
Bro,
you pushing
chill.
me on that?
Yeah, you're asking way too many questions, dude. You're being ridiculous. It's like what?
Yeah,
What?
exactly. Super ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. Debates are super toxic, man. I think it's important to question your ideologies and question, like, genuinely listen to other people's critiques of your opinions. And as long as the logic is there, I think that's really important, and being consistent in that logic. But if you're not, then it's pretty ripped out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just more interesting, like, scaling debates is interesting. Like, just two people arguing for their character. Instead of, like, arguing fucking rhetoric and fallacies and... Like, I get, like, referencing fallacies to a certain degree. Because, like, sometimes, like, what else are you supposed to do when, like, someone's just has a dumb argument?
Yeah,
And like when it gets to the point of like drama, it's like, dude, it's a fucking fictional character or like situation. Just chill the fuck out and stop slandering each other or crying like babies. I don't know why I take it so seriously.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Some people got stupid arguments, man. Just let them do their thing.
Yeah.
That's all you can do at the end of the day is try to prove to the audience how crazy they are, and then don't interact after that.
Pretty much.
Alright, boys. What else we got? Is that it?
We got a last topic, actually.
Oh, hit me with it.
No.
Yes, Rohan Kishibe versus Stephen King equal stats, bro. Yes. Bro, he's just, bro,
What do you
your
mean?
character laws, dude. Your character's just gonna make you the law. Man.
Hey,
I like how much
hey,
characters like
you said that your character was like 5D at best, right?
Huh? Me?
Yeah, right? Rohan?
Well, wait, this is equal stats, though.
Okay,
What do you mean?
equal stats?
Stephen King doesn't care about equal stats.
Yeah, fuck. I don't know how to get around that, man.
Equal stats, man.
Stephen King has shit stats.
Yeah, bro, like, I'm just saying, like, Rohan's just gonna write in Stephen King, and he's just gonna write his stories and stuff.
What?
Also, you can't attack him. One shot, Shuji.
Look at the size of the arguments, dude.
Yeah, man. The size of my argument. Perfect fallacy. Argument.
Look at him, dude. Look at the size of those arguments. Dude, Rohan's
Bro,
actually pretty interesting, man. I'm telling you, you need to be running around memeing kids with this Rohan meme.
Yeah, man. The Rohan meme. Honestly,
Rohan.
I'm still gonna really try to get that accepted as a fallacy and versus no. The debate, bro.
Dude, let's popularize it so we don't have as many idiots running around so thirsty for debates that they can't actually have normal conversation with like other humans without like questioning the foundational like realities of each segment of their sentence structure. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, it would suck to hang out with them in real life. I could be going to McDonald's and be like, why are you going to McDonald's? I'm like, I'm hungry. Why are you
not
hungry?
You have a scan.
Yeah, you have to scan.
You have a scan to prove you're hungry.
It's like, you know, what you said is very fallacious. That I'm hungry? Yes, it's very fallacious. I don't think you're hungry. Wow.
Okay.
Can you prove that you're hungry?
Okay.
Are you saying your proof that you're hungry is that you're saying you're hungry? That's a circular argument, bro.
Wow.
What are you doing?
You're appealing to yourself. That's not even a good source of
It's
information.
a fallacy.
Fallacy, man.
Fallacy.
You're hungry 'cause you say you're hungry.
Pseudo-intellectual.
Well, alright, boys. If that's the case, it sounds like we're rolling up to the end. It's been a blast hanging out. Everyone be sure to check out the coffee shop content creators down low, as well as everyone that's in the call. Everyone's information should be down low. especially after this last time around. So once again, I'll introduce everyone top to bottom. So we have JobberGodot.
Yep. Sub to the channel and sub to everyone here.
We have Lawyer Tuck, of course.
You can sub to my channel if you find it.
Oh yeah. I'll see if I can find a link to that. We also got a Q repping.
What's up? Top 10 characters to benefit from composite forms coming out soon. Sub.
Yeah, hype for that. I know it's a lot of research.
Lord.
We got Spicy Orange with us today.
Channel.
Channel. That's all we heard.
Channel out soon. I just need to get off my ass and do some work.
Hey man, it's right around the corner. You never know. And then of course we have the Honorable Senator Don, or Don Juan III.
Like I said, I appreciate you letting me on, and like and subscribe to everyone here on the coffee shop.
Hell yeah, man! Looking forward to that video too. By the way, man, that's gonna be interesting. But of course, as always, I'm Lumos Theramax. It's been a blast, guys. Thanks for hanging out on the Villain High Council, and we'll see you next time. Later,
Peace.
See ya.
Yo, peace.
Later.
Bro, I forgot Don was here. I guess he was just enjoying listening.
Oh, chilling.
Who, me?
Yeah, I forgot you were here.
Oh yeah.
Reppin' Omniversal Q, chasing with the source while scaling, and the Mortal Kombat meme lives again. Man, he gives no fucks, and after speed blitzing up my comp, chasing one shots 10 out of 10. You're not